something like a big deal. I get chicken, but still in my life.
A little sober by McConnell along the baseline. And that was all she wrote. More agony for Melo.
Hold it. That can be dangerous if you're behind.
Yep.
Rose has it, and Rose is holding it. Knicks going to look like they're going to go for the win. Rose drives underneath. Way up, shot blocked. Anthony puts it up. That won't go. No, his tip misses. Ball still loose. Schroeder has it, and the Hawks are going to win the game. Oh, a crushing defeat for the Knicks. Jeff Hornacek yelling at the official as he comes.
I'm something like a big deal. I'm something like a big deal. I'm something like a big deal.
Talking about the New York Knicks, what do you think the biggest problem? What is the solution? What do you think the Knicks should do in terms of management, in terms of players? Should they trade Melo? Should Phil opt out his contract this summer? What do you think is the best solution with the Knicks right now?
Alright. Like I've said plenty of times before, big Melo fan, number one Knicks fan. I would hope that Melo asks to leave. It's more so he doesn't deserve to go through all this. That's what I feel. I feel he doesn't deserve all this that's going on. He did the right thing. He played the right role. He bought into the system. He bought into all the stuff that Phil was preaching to him, and it wasn't right. Phil really doesn't know what he's doing. And ever since his 54 wins with Woodson, it's been all downhill from there. And he doesn't deserve this. If he wants to win and he wants to be that type of player, then I wish he would ask to go. If he doesn't want to go, he wants to stay and be a part of this train wreck, then power to him. You know, he's a good guy for that. But I want to see him win a championship. I want to see him at least compete for a championship. I want to see him get to a conference final. He's been one of my favorite players. I like him as a person, what he stands for, how he moves. So I wish he would do that. I'm a Knicks fan, but I let them go in a different direction. You go in a different direction. You know, that's what it is. Let them start the whole thing over, because that's all it is. This quick fix every year, and we're going to get this, and we're going to get this. It's not working. Let's start the whole thing over. Let's build around some young boys and start over.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, the Knicks are so bad. They're so bad, so pitiful. They got great players. Great players. But I don't know what's happening with management and administration and with the coaching. I think it really falls on the back of that, because they had some really good teams over the last few years. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't just complete bums on the team. And, you know, with each coach and with each, you know, management, it's just going down the hill. So much so that Derrick Rose, the reason why he wasn't there in the game, he tried to escape.
I think that's a whole.
He ran away. He was a runaway. They put an ABP out on him, and the FBI and they were like, went and got him back from Chicago.
He said, they need to rebuild. You know, like you said, I'm just piggybacking with what you said. Like, you know, they need to trade Melo, but as you know, he has a no trade clause in his contract. You know, the only realistically, everybody says the Clippers and Cleveland, but I just can't see Cleveland taking him.
I want him to go to Cleveland.
You know what I'm saying? But I can't
They
see
would have to
Cleveland
give up too much for him.
They can give up Kevin Love. Is really that too much? Kevin Love is no more than like a spot-up shooter. What is he really doing?
Rebounding.
Tristan Thomas.
Down low.
He's not playing spectacular. He's not playing spectacular defense.
I beg to differ with you.
They can't match
I
him.
beg to differ with you. I beg to differ with you. Last play of the game, Game 7.
Oh, his defense is so good. It's one
Curry
play.
was trying to get the
It's
shot.
one play. It's one
It
play.
mattered. It was the day it mattered. But anyway, it's not
It's one play. But I think he's a changeable part that can go. Kevin Love is that piece that they can switch out for Melo. That would help him. You know, would help him move along.
I think the more realistic situation for Carmelo, he needs to go to a team like either OKC or Washington. If OKC,
Washington?
Hold on, listen. If OKC or Washington can land DeMarcus Cousins,
So
I'm just saying.
So we're looking
That's
for like
a scenario.
6 dominoes to fall before that happens. Then,
Yeah, I'm just saying that would be a good situation for him. He has to be. See, the thing with Melo is he has to be.
If the Knicks can get LeBron, DeMarcus Cousins, Anthony Davis,
Well,
then
not LeBron.
you know it'd be a good situation there too, right? If all
Yeah,
those
but
stuff
I mean,
happen.
LeBron. Well, after the posse coming, LeBron ain't coming.
Well, he's definitely not coming, right?
He's definitely not coming. But it would have to be almost like what Boston did when they landed KG and Ray Allen. It has to be a situation similar to that.
I would-
So that's what I'm saying. Like if OKC or DC, I mean not OKC, yeah, OKC or Washington DC or the Wizards were to land like DeMarcus Cousins and then they could get Melo, then fine. I mean he'll be the third option. I think that he'll fit well on that type of.
I feel you, and you're asking for a lot. So that's why I would think realistically, there's only a few places that he can go where he can compete immediately for a championship. One would be Golden State, which you know is not going to happen. He's not going to go over there, so you would eliminate them. Then you would say the Clippers. That could be a place that he can go and they would automatically complete for a championship. But in return, you'd have to get rid of Blake Griffin, which would eliminate the whole process. So it doesn't make. If he could go there and Blake Griffin could stay, then it would make sense. But seeing that they would have to get rid of him, it wouldn't make sense. Here is the team that I think would be plausible, but it doesn't work because of the coach. Houston. If he went to Houston Rockets and they were able to team him with Harden, then I think that would be a team that they're already on that top 3 line. Him, Carmelo would put them over the hump. But right now we have somebody that can balance off with James Harden. They already got the defense and everything, but seeing that the fact that D'Antoni's there, I don't think he's going to go there because him and D'Antoni already have that type of relationship.
So I'm picking up. Do you think that he needs to be on a running and gunning team? A team that doesn't got to try to outshoot you, doesn't have to worry too much about defense.
Definitely,
he needs that.
Definitely,
because he's a West Coast dude. West Coast.
He doesn't play that much defense where his scoring ability could outmatch the other team.
Right.
So if we can outscore you, then my defense doesn't really matter. But if it's coming like what's going on with the Knicks, it's coming down to these crucial close games, and we'll give up this run about like 8 minutes good where you guys just outscore us and y'all get back in the game, then the game is over. But if we can just pace y'all we pace you the first, we pace you second, and when y'all going for that run, we can pace y'all the same way, then we can win the game. We're good. And that's what happens with Houston. They can score with anybody. So it doesn't matter. You got to keep up with us, basically. Because we're going to constantly score. So if Melo could get thrown into that mix where we can just keep on scoring, and it doesn't matter what you do, we're going to constantly score. It doesn't matter what type of defense I play because you're not going to stop us from scoring. You understand what I'm saying? So I think that's the only one that's like plausible to work besides him going to Cleveland. But and him and D'Antoni is like what, oil and water, so it probably just won't work again.
And he'll be a good spot-up shooter on the team like Houston. Like the only thing he has to do is just stand at the perimeter and shoot. Whether it's at the 3-point line or it's like on an elbow, he really don't even have to post up.
He don't have to do anything. He doesn't have to do iso ball.
The Clippers wouldn't be a good team for him to go to at all.
Why?
Because they would have to gut. They would have to gut their team to get him. And me personally, I don't think the Knicks. I don't want Blake Griffin. I mean, he's too injury prone. Like, how many surgeries has he had since he's been in the NBA?
He's had a few.
Knee, elbow, tendonitis.
But I wanted to ask, what is the reason why y'all want to trade Melo though? That's what I want to
his
understand.
heart's broken.
It's not about heart broken. I just want to know why you want to trade him.
I guess because
I know you said general manager and you said coach, right?
Yeah.
That's what you said. You said that's what's messing up. That's what I
think's been messing
Why
up
is it
the
the
Knicks
management though? Wow.
Because they put 3 different teams together with him and he hasn't won.
And Phil Jackson is an intern in this position. He don't know what
He's
he's
got
doing.
3 different teams. Last year before we had, who he had with him? He had Robin Lopez, he had, what's it called again?
This no
Lance
stability. This a new
and then
year,
he got
right?
rid of them and then he started over. Before that, we had another team that he was building with and he got rid of them. The first year we had a whole different team. Gutted that team, gutted J.R. Smith, gutted Amon Shumpert, got rid of all those guys for what? For what? Lance Thomas? To start the team with Lance Thomas.
It's a new year, right?
Okay, so this is the it's a 5-year it's a 5-year deal, and this is year 3.
I'm gonna talk.
This is year 3.
Sit right there.
No, I'm saying right.
This is coach.
I said 4 words.
Okay, this is no, but you asked a question. You said why? You said why? This is coach number 3 in 3 years that we had. And I'm supposed to still believe in you after this? Go ahead, show me where Carmelo should have trust and faith in this system.
All right, so we got Derrick Rose. We got Porzingis, right?
Yeah, Kristaps.
You got Jakeem Noah. You got Carmelo Anthony. You got Courtney Lee. All right, these players are good players. I hear ownership. I hear coaches. Where do we put responsibility on the players? Like, when do we put responsibility on the players? Like, missing layups, no defense, no leadership. You understand what I'm saying?
That's the key word.
No leadership.
That's the key word.
So we point fingers at Phil Jackson. Phil Jackson is not a coach. He's in the stands. You look at Hoodtake, he's a coach, but everybody's pointing a finger. We should trade Melo. Melo is still a good player. Rose is still a good player. You understand? Porzingis is on uprise. Corner Lee, serviceable. Like, where's the ownership on it? Why don't y'all Knicks fans? Why don't you put more, responsibility on the players?
Okay,
like
so-
they have to get the job done.
Okay, so you're kind of confusing me now because you're telling me it's not on the owners, it's not on the managers, but it's on the players. All these players are good players, but they're not playing defense. So then, what? I don't see.
This is.
So this is 3 years of no defense.
No, you know
because
what it
hold on, because it's been 3 years of the same thing of us losing. So every time we get new players in, we're still losing. So the first year we got players in, it was defense, we were losing. Second year we got players in, defense, we're losing. Third year, defense, we're losing. So the players keep on switching, but the model stays the same. Defense losing. Who's the one player that's consistent with all that?
It's still different players. So the thing is,
So how many times is going to be the players?
It's still different players. The players have to take ownership.
So 15 players that's been in and out the team doesn't play defense.
We have Derrick Rose. Everybody, when Derrick Rose came to the Knicks, everybody was hooping and hollering, "Oh, it's the savior! Oh, Porzingis next year! Oh, his second year he's gonna be great this year! Oh, we got Courtney Lee, we got Hoodtake, right? Like you have to put some of the ownership on the players. It's not up to Phil Jackson and Hoodtake. It's it was one play, the game they lost today. Okay, the game they lost with Knicks and who they played Hawks. Not for nothing, I like Melo. I love Melo. Like, he missed that. If he made that layup, that would have been a W. If the game against the Sixers when they lost with the shot, they get back on defense. You know what I'm saying? They could stop. They can make a stop, and you get that W. These are they losing. They not getting. Some games they getting smacked, and some games they not. But they lost a lot of close games this year.
There's a narrative in that.
I mean, but it's weird because Phil Jackson is dead set on his system, and he's hired some ridiculous coaches like he did Derek Fisher, first time coaching ever to play around with a team like this that had quality players to almost get to the end, and you're going to try this guy out because he's familiar with your system. So even how they play is not coming from the coach, neither from the players. It's coming from up top. This is how I want you to structure the play on the court. You know what I mean? It's just not working.
Yeah,
Melo's not that guy.
IQ, basketball. If you have basketball or high basketball IQ on that court, just like Isaiah Thomas the other day the coach called the play, and he said, "Nah, I got this," and he took that last shot to win the game. Like, if you see certain things on the basketball court, if you play basketball, certain plays are going to work and certain plays are not going to work. If you see that this same play is not working over and over and over again, you make changes on the court. And once you make the changes on the court and you're successful, after you make those changes on the court, then you go, Melo's the captain, right? Melo's the captain, right? He's the captain.
He's bucking up with his president.
But listen, Melo's the captain. You on that? He's the best player on that team. Do you want to say Porzingis is? You want to say Melo is the best?
Something like a big deal. I get chicken bust still in my life real. I'm something like a big deal. I'm something like a big deal. I'm something like a big deal. I get chicken bust.